Okay. All right, what's going on, fellas? Back for episode 3. Welcome to episode 3 of the Cut the Mic podcast presented by True to Self. As always, I'm your host, Braulio. I'm joined with my fellow co-hosts, Eddie and Gio. How are you guys doing
What's
today?
good? I'm great.
Hello.
I can see you
Doing
guys.
good, doing good.
Y'all definitely. I know one of us is definitely feeling ourselves today. Looking all cute for his birthday coming up.
Yes,
Damn,
sir.
I
Got
wonder
the
who
fresh
that
cut.
could be.
And we got another one having a great night. So, what's going on, fellas? How's your week been? Let's get right into it. Well, actually, before we get into it, let me getting ahead of myself. Sorry. Let me just do some quick plugs. All right. So, as always, live on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. Join us, Cut the Mic podcast. Last week's episode 2, now on YouTube. That's Cut the Mic podcast on YouTube. We also are posting clips on our Instagram page, which is cut_the_mic_the_podcast. So give us a follow on there. And then lastly, we did just start posting on our TikTok. That one's a little different. That's True to Self. That's our TikTok page. We'll be posting clips from our Cut the Mic podcast on TikTok as well. So go give us a follow. That'd be very appreciated. But yeah, without further ado, guys, I'm just excited. Let's just get right into it. How's your night going, guys? How's your week been?
I feel like Gio got to start it off. He's the one that's having a really good time right now.
So the week has been going pretty well. Got into some BS with my boss because I was short a couple hours, but figured that out. Just excited to be at the podcast, talk. Today I got a little lit. Somebody from work invited me to a little Valentine's party, so I drank a little bit. I'm a little lit for the stream, but I'm coherent enough to, keep the conversation going.
It's all good, man. This is gonna be a celebratory podcast. As I mentioned just briefly, Edmund, it's your birthday coming up in a few days here. I can also tell that you're ready, looking all clean with the cut and all.
Clean cut, my boy.
Yep.
Thank you. I had to do it to him. Someone made a comment last week that we were on different beard journeys, and I had to get rid of that right away. I've accepted that I won't be having a beard anytime soon.
But you get the goatee.
The goatee's alright, but it's not a beard. It's just like another woes of life of a not 6 foot beardless man. Am I right? So we move.
This is coming. I didn't even see that comment. I'm glad you brought that up. I shave clean shaven because I can't grow facial hair. So you're beating me, Edmund. If it makes you feel any better.
Nah, it's all jokes. I think I like the clean shaven goatee look. It makes me feel nice and smooth. I'll get a beard one day. I'm not too pressed about it. Just little jokes.
It's just your look,
Exactly. Some folks gotta let it go. If it's still patchy, ain't nothing wrong with a goatee.
When you make it, you can always buy a beard. You can get those hair implants, whatever they call.
I'm gonna go to Turkey once my hairline starts receding too.
There you go.
No, they're good.
I'll join you on that journey. I just want to see what that's like. Not that I don't think I'll. I know my hairline's my hairline's a little messed up, but we don't talk about that.
Hey.
But,
I always say, like, if you got hair insecurities, like, yeah, just deal with it. Like, get hair transplants. This is mad shit out there. You don't gotta
Accept
be bold.
it. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's really judging, to be honest. It's more of a self-conscious thing, but digress from that. Edmund, how was your week, though? Obviously, lots to look forward to next week, but how was your week, man?
Busy week. I've been killing it, quite honestly.
Talk your shit.
Feels good to be able to say that, right? I think just being able to succeed, get praise is always like really good things for me. With that being said, it's also very stressful just because it's like a very crucial moment for me in my career right now, but I'm figuring it out, maneuvering. As Braulio and Gio alluded to, my birthday is on Monday, so I'll be taking Monday and Tuesday off for myself, visiting hopefully sunnier LA, but I think it's gonna rain, so it's like, what's the point? But
it's not the time of year.
It's always nice to get a change of scenery, for sure.
It's not.
We are gonna go to the Valentine, right?
Yeah, Val event. I'm actually thinking about live streaming from it and see what happens.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
I think next time you make your way out to LA, make it in the summer. Just do yourself the favor.
I mean, last time I went, December. I went out there in December. It wasn't that bad. So
Yeah, but you still have yet to go during the summertime. I went to LA, first time 18 at I think it was May or June, and like that's to me still one of the best experiences I've had. So I'm just saying,
Okay.
definitely try to make your way out there during the summer.
hopefully, I'll be living there during the summer.
There
How
you
about
go. There you go. There you go. And then just real quickly, my week, same as Edmund, honestly, in a sense of like, with success, I feel like comes more pressure at work, which isn't a bad thing, but definitely, it's,
Like more responsibility, you're saying?
yeah, like you can kind of sense it, when you start doing your job well and performing the way you're supposed to or exceeding that, they're going to start piling more things on you naturally. And it's just, um, not that they're piling too much on me, but just, the pressure to stay successful, stay performing at a high level and, exceeding that is always just back of your head. But honestly, good week for me too. I was kind of excited. We were supposed to have that storm on Tuesday. That never happened. So that was a
Fake ass.
pretty hilarious, honestly.
Yeah.
I got a day from home out of it, so I wasn't complaining.
Take it.
Yeah. So, good week overall. Obviously excited to be here. Fridays is always the day of the week that I look forward to. So, and it's a Friday before the long weekend. So, Monday's
I completely forgot.
Monday's also a holiday. It just happens to be your birthday as well, Edmund. But
Wait,
My
what's the
birthday
holiday?
is the holiday.
it's
President's Day.
Day.
Okay.
Washington's birthday. That's what it's
Fake
the other name.
holidays. Okay.
Yeah, I know. But hey, it's a day off from work, so I'm not gonna complain.
Okay.
So yeah.
I don't think I was even getting that day off. I had to take it.
I don't have the day
still.
off, so I know that for sure.
believe-
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, the stock market's closed Monday, so I definitely have that day off because we don't open if the stock exchange isn't open. But
Fair enough.
it's also Edmund's birthday, so that'll be fun.
A true holiday. Trust.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a bit, but it's good to hear we're all doing well. Gio, I'm sorry to hear that you had your little dealings with your boss at work, but
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, you move. I guess you're making it up for today.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's go into our next little segment here, the current events segment. There we recap kind of what happened during the week. So let's start off with we kind of brought it up a little bit with Giovan's little excursion tonight, but Valentine's Day. How was y'all's Valentine's Day this year?
Lonely.
Weren't you just at a party? Weren't you just at a party with?
Right?
Well, my
I think-
Valentine's Day specifically, like we just play Val and stuff. Like I had a day off,
Oh,
so
wow.
I was just
Creative Val on Valentine's Day.
just doing my thing. But today, I mean, got a little lit, But
Did you
You got
ask?
somebody to celebrate with.
I was
bro.
gonna say, did you ask a certain
Not
someone
on
to
the
be
day.
your
Kinda,
Valentine?
kinda.
He said kinda.
like I was at a party, but it wasn't like I was with somebody. It was just I was at a party.
He wasn't booed up.
So
No, I was not booed up.
no Valentine this year.
No Valentine for like 4 years straight now.
No. I don't believe that.
That's crazy.
Giovanni. You definitely made
How
up
about-
for it today or tonight.
I think so too. It's still early too.
Yeah, the podcast won't go on all night too, so the night's
This is
definitely
the
still early.
pregame
Exactly.
for our boy.
Exactly. What about you, Edmund? How was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's Day was in the same boat. Val was my Valentine.
Okay.
Unfortunately or fortunately, got the time to spend it with other folks who might have not been as lucky. But I got my mom a little something nice. Drank some wine on stream, and yeah, I think it's just been adjusting to this new normal of this is my
Single
first
life?
Valentine's, the single life, I guess. So
Welcome
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
streets. Welcome to the streets.
I am not. I hate the streets, bro. Get me out of here. But we move.
It's cold and nasty over here.
Yeah,
Cold
she's
and
pretty
nasty.
rough. The streets is rough.
It's all right, guys. That makes three for three out of all three of us because I was also not doing much on Valentine's Day. I worked. My mom did wish me a Valentine's Day, her along with my niece, so that was kind of nice. But past that, just work for me. No Valorant.
Yeah.
But it's okay because, like I said,
Missing out.
2024 is just the year for me to focus and grind. You know, next year there'll be a Valentine's Day next year. You know, there'll be many more. So we move on. But let's talk about some other things that happened this week. And you know, this one I want to preface. You know, might get into some sensitive stuff here, but let's focus more on the game on Sunday, the big game that happened. And we'll talk about what happened afterwards in a second. But Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, how was that for you guys?
I watched it with my family, just chilled. It was a nice little, Sunday. They wanted me to work, but I was not trying to work. Not in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have been awful to work on that day.
It was bad. They were telling me it was bad.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. A pizza shop on a Super Bowl, like everybody wants pizza and wings. So.
Wings, exactly. Wings, fries, pizza.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
What about you, Edmund?
What do you think? I want you to go first, bro.
Me?
Because I
Okay.
have something to say, man.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it short so you can have the floor on this. I'm gonna say this. All right. I'm gonna split it up between the three main things that happened: the game, halftime, and the commercials. Ready? The game was some mid during the first half. Like honestly, like I was not enjoying it at all. Second half, they showed up. Both teams showed up. I mean, more the Chiefs obviously showed up, but came back. Whatever. This halftime, I really enjoyed the halftime show. I'm gonna say that was my favorite part out of the whole experience on Sunday.
Shout out to Usher.
Shout out to Usher. Shout out to that performance.
Usher goated for sure.
In my opinion, that is one of the better halftime performances of all time. I'll stand on it. And then third, the commercials. I did actually really like the commercials this year. I wouldn't say it's like the best commercials I've ever seen, but like I think it was a step up from the previous few years, to be honest. I just liked all the Boston references and the Dunks commercials and stuff like that. Just being from here, I just thought that was kind of funny. And there were obviously some other ones, but I did enjoy the commercials. But yeah, last thing to say on this is that Patrick Mahomes, he's him. I'm not gonna get too much into it.
Unfortunately,
I've been telling y'all, don't bet against greatness. We learned growing up through the Tom Brady era. It's the Chiefs' time right now. So, with that being said, Edmund, you can have the floor. You can talk about what you need to talk about.
First and foremost, if you put in my parlay, I would like to say I'm sorry. Okay? I am sorry. I'm sorry. It is not my fault that both teams decided to go away from what works for them both at the best time, I think it's just, I don't know, people get into the Super Bowl and they just overthink it a little bit too much. And
the pressure is a lot.
I get it, pressure is there. It's like that highest stage is what you've been working on since you were like 4 years old for some of these folks, playing for all this time, and just the excitement, the emotion, and just the intensity. It's just like, I get it, but I don't know. I really thought that Isaiah Pacheco was good for one, and Travis Kelce was good for a touchdown. But alas, I digress. It is what it is. But just like Braulio, I think the first half was really boring. I just was not entertained at all. I think it looked like the 49ers are going to run away with it. But in Kyle Shanahan, typical fashion, he doesn't know how to close. And I don't think he ever will, I think he had the talent on the roster. Brock Purdy, the only chance that was going to make him potentially lose, he played decent. He did what he had to do, I think. I think it's just Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs star players performed like star players, and the 49ers star players didn't. Deebo Samuel was a non-factor, and it just doesn't make sense.
What position does he play?
Wide receiver.
Deebo's wide receiver, but he's just
I didn't see that guy.
More than
do it
him.
all.
Kittle too. No show.
But he got injured, right?
goes-
Like something happened to his shoulder or something.
They didn't target him. They only targeted him once in the first half.
Yeah,
I think it just
okay.
doesn't make sense. Like all these weapons and you don't use them. And, and then when you do use Christian McCaffrey, it's like you stop going to him when you see that he's on. It just, I don't know. It reminds me of the teams like the Ravens and the 49ers. They ruined their chance of winning a ring. Will they have an opportunity in the future? Sure. But this is the weakest the Chiefs will be, I think, in a while. And
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's only going to get tough. Granted, the Chiefs defense had probably the best defense in the league, or one of.
Defense is legit.
Defense wins championships, and as long as you have the new GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, it's a good recipe for wins. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, other than the game, Commercials were very nice. Actually, being the first time on the West Coast watching it, it's really nice to see the different. I didn't get the Boston specific commercial, so I'm missing out
Oh, okay.
on some of that. But
Okay.
seeing like the different West Coast ones, that's pretty lit, pretty cool. Usher's really my go. I think his songs were a little bit cut off. I think Lil Jon was like the set list manager or something, so it makes a little sense.
It's not his fault though. It's just Usher has too many songs.
It's a 13.
just-
It's a 13-minute
true.
performance. You know.
yeah, it's not his fault.
You gotta do what you gotta do in those 13 minutes.
If he wanted to, I'm sure he could have just like he has so many other songs too that he could have did. So it's like, yeah, we had to get like 5-second clips of every song
Yeah.
or 10 seconds, I guess.
Nah, we're getting old. Like I was watching with my brother who's 18, and I just caught myself saying, "What you know about this?" You know.
Yeah,
So
right.
It's
What
good
you know?
that we're able to, have an artist that is. I guess now it's like starting to hit the glory years for us. Even though I feel like we were mainly kids when he was really popping. I think it's just still nice to see that. We got one. Usher was a good one. I think.
Yeah.
Touched a lot of people's hearts with the way he was holding Alicia Keys, but other than that, it's
I gotta ask the 2000 people though. Are you guys hip to Usher? If you're born in
I know,
2000s, let me know. Like I don't know how old I am, so
They're hip to the OMG Usher, not the not
you're
the
right,
R-
yeah.
not the R&B Usher, not the
Not
the
Confessions.
not
Yeah.
confessions. Yeah, not
if
that
it
Usher.
wasn't Confessions Usher though, you're missing out.
There
You're missing
wasn't.
out.
My
I
voice
bet-
cracked on "Let It Burn," bro. I'm not gonna lie.
My dad gave me the Confessions album on my 10th birthday. I always remember that shit.
Louis,
So-
Louis, you're the man for that. I don't know if you're watching, but you're the
Well,
man.
my
for
mom,
that.
it might have been my mom too, but
Your parents.
definitely my parents came through with the Confessions album on my
They
10th
know.
birthday. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, just
But-
to give you guys insight, like me and Gio, our favorite. It's true. Your favorite genre of music's R&B, right? That's
Well, rap. It's
Well,
rap.
okay, rap, okay.
But R&B is close second. Like R&B is when I'm
So-
with my shorty, or like I'm by myself, or like I'm just in love, or
So-
something. Like
I'm the opposite, and I've told you R&B is my favorite genre of music. Rap is probably the close second. Rap, hip hop, whatever. Because growing up, my two older sisters listened to a ton of R&B, and that's what I basically was raised on. So, listening to Usher definitely brought me back to like early days. When I was young, growing up in the car, didn't have any control over aux, and the same songs would just always play. It'd be
yeah,
R&B between all the artists from back then. So. Yeah, that performance definitely did strike a chord. I mean, I'm a still stand on it. I still really think like Usher's a great performer. That performance was probably an all-time performance in the Super Bowl.
was dancing.
So, like I don't know. I'm gonna stand on it. I can't think of any artist in the last. Yeah, because like what Rihanna was last year, but she was pregnant, so like she was limited in what she could do.
And the one before that was Travis Scott, right?
No,
Or
it
like-
was, it was the LA one. It was when the Rams won. It was all the LA artists.
Which one's Travis Scott?
I don't think
Travis Scott had one?
I don't think Travis has done a halftime
I
Super
don't-
Bowl.
You
yeah,
sure?
don't
I
think
swear we
that's
did sicko mode. We did sicko mode.
Nah.
Nah, he doesn't do.
Bro, he did. Remember SpongeBob? SpongeBob. It was like a SpongeBob thing.
My
Wait,
favorite.
what? Am I tripping?
Am I tripping?
I think
I don't remember
I know,
Travis.
right?
Yeah, I don't
I don't-
remember Travis Scott doing a Super Bowl. We need
He
someone.
did sicko mode. No way. No way he didn't do sicko mode.
We need someone to fact check this, but
I know, right?
Yeah, we need a fact check. All right, I'm gonna look it up right now. But go ahead, go ahead.
I'm getting a cut the mic moment from you, Giovanni. You just
I
camera
love you
it.
too,
Low
man.
key, bro.
I might be
He's
too late,
tweaking.
bro.
He's tweaking.
Yeah.
He's so excited about it, bro. You remember
Sicko
he's going
mode.
crazy to sicko mode.
Yeah.
Bro, he did it 5 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago. What was that? 2019?
That was a while ago.
That's crazy.
That would have been the
When did
first.
Beyonce do hers then? Because I feel like that's
That was
the last
even.
one
That
I
was
remember
even. That was even
like,
longer ago.
Like 10 years. Has it
Okay,
been
yeah,
like
2019. Maroon 5 was the show. Yeah, Maroon 5 did it. It was like mad heads.
It was Maroon
Oh.
5, and they brought in Travis Scott to do Sicko Mode. Was it that one? Like,
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think he's
Okay.
big enough to be a headliner.
yeah, he hasn't
Yeah,
done
He
that
did
Yeah.
yet.
He
sicko
hasn't
mode though,
paid
because
his
then they did a
dues.
SpongeBob thing. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm recalling now. It's coming back, but
No
regardless,
recollection from you, but I'll take your word for
Yeah.
it. I'm not gonna
okay,
lie.
okay.
they're still just. I don't know.
If somebody in the chat can say like who played, like what was the Super Bowl actually though? Like not the year,
2019 Super
2019
Bowl was
was-
the Chiefs and the Niners the
right?
first time. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
time around. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So-
So the 49ers keep getting close, but they can't win.
Yeah, as Edmund said, I mean, kind of to put a bow on it, like at this point, I think it's a psychological thing. Giovanni,
Hmm.
just because I know you don't know, like, do you remember the Super Bowl that the Patriots beat Atlanta, and we came back from 28-3
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't remember the
half?
Super Bowl performance, but I was in college and I was
But
watching with Kobe and them.
do
Yeah,
you remember how we came back from a 25-point deficit, right? That's the main
yeah,
the
28-3.
28-3.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Guess who the offensive coordinator for the Falcons
the
was?
offensive coordinator for the Falcons at that year was the head coach of the 49ers now, Kyle Shanahan.
So he's
So
a choker artist.
it's just a psychological thing. I don't think he knows how to. I mean, you could say it's one, make adjustments at half, but two, it's really just closing out games. Like you have leads and you're just not closing out games. And I mean, you can say this, that, and the third about players. Obviously, they make the plays, but you need to prepare your players. So it's like
Yeah.
it
Or
is
you
what
never
it
know. Like
is.
as a coach, you can devise a plan with your players, and that wins. Like
Yeah. So the
you
big
know.
thing that stuck out to me was second half they didn't run the ball, and it's like you have Christian McCaffrey, the
Yeah.
best running back in the league. Why aren't you running the ball? And then you start running the ball in overtime when it's like you know how this is gonna end. Like I'll be honest with you, before the coin toss, I kind of already knew the outcome of this game. I'm like the Chiefs have him right where they want him. Now it's just a matter of them folding, and that's exactly what happened. They folded, they couldn't score. I knew Mahomes was gonna drive and score no matter where he was on the field. So I don't know. That's just how I saw it, but it was exciting. We got overtime out of it at least. The last overtime was with Kyle Shanahan and that 49ers. I mean, and that Falcons team against the Patriots where Tom Brady just performed the one drive and, the rest is history. Still one of the best Super Bowls in my opinion. I mean,
That was.
I'm
I
obviously
remember that
biased.
shit.
I'm obviously biased cuz I'm a Pats fan,
Just a little bit, of
but
course.
Yeah.
I still think that was still one of the best Super Bowls ever. But yeah. And then all right, so the next topic, I asked you guys if we wanted to talk about this because it's a little, it's unfortunate what happened. But the Chiefs
Oh.
Super Bowl parade, you know, there was a shooting that occurred during the parade, and I
Yeah.
didn't look too much into it. I don't like hearing shit about this. I'll be honest, like it's tragic all around. But my understanding, it was like just some altercation that turned really bad and ended up hurting and killing one person, but like I think they hurt like close to 25 people. One person unfortunately passed away. Like it's just like kids too. It's just all around a
Yeah.
bad situation. Just I mean, it happened. I did see it circle around on social media. So I asked you guys if we want to talk about it. We all kind of
Mhm.
agreed. So anyone got anything to say on this? Because I mean, like I said, this is just a bad situation.
Yeah. You said like it was just an altercation and one life was lost and stuff.
Well, my understanding was like it was an
Mm.
altercation, and then guns got involved and shooting started happening, and I
Yeah.
think like 23 or 24 people ended up getting injured. One person lost their life, unfortunately. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't follow too much of the coverage. I'm sorry if I'm getting any of this inaccurate. This is just like from
Yeah.
what I saw, but um, yeah, it kind of just. I mean, obviously, it's supposed to be a time for celebration, and this is just not the way to do it. But um, I don't know. I just think it's just sad. Honestly, it's another shitty situation in this world.
Yeah.
People are gonna use it to get political and all that. I don't want to get into all that, but it did happen this week. It's unfortunate for the Chiefs. It's unfortunate for Kansas City. I know at work, some people brought it up, and it just, yeah, I don't know. Edmund, you got anything to say to this?
Nah, yeah, I think the biggest thing, thoughts and prayers to all the folks who were hurt by this, and I think
Yeah,
to the folks' families, and I think it's just part of a bigger issue that we have in our country. I think it's just very unfortunate, and I think that you know, without getting too I think it's hard not to get political
yeah,
about it,
yeah,
Yeah.
just
No,
since
it's a very controversial
it's
topic. So
it's a
yeah,
controversial
like
topic,
with
but
gun laws and stuff.
yeah,
I mean, it's just like how many more innocent people have to get hurt before we start doing things. I
Mhm.
think it's I think one of them had like a automatic rifle on him or something. I think like looking at the video,
That's
it was
crazy.
like
yeah.
it's
That's
just like
crazy.
we just don't. I think I understand the need where some people need to defend themselves against certain situations, but there comes a point where you don't need certain big guns. And I think like Missouri has a law where you don't need a permit for some of these guns. So, yeah, I think we just need to figure out a different way to start protecting people, or just doing things a little bit better. Thoughts and prayers. There's only so much we could.
Yeah.
You know,
And
thoughts and prayers are only go so far. You know, I
Yeah.
think this is probably the 1000th
I
time
just
we're
want
gonna say thoughts and prayers. So
I just want to say, like, it's just unfortunate that people, like, in a situation of celebration and, you know, like the Chiefs won and stuff, like they have to pick a time where they feel the need to, like, want to bring it to that situation. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, instead of, even if it was a fist fight or something like that, like, leave it to that. But bringing guns and stuff like that, just,
Yeah.
once somebody has a gunshot in a public area now, I feel like people are just programmed to be like, because I've seen, like, the, like, Morning America people were talking, and then they hear the gunfights and they see people running, and they're just like, well, people are leaving, and they're just confused and stuff, like, what's going on, but they know something's happening. So it's just a little scary, like, that we have to take it to that level instead of just, I don't know, leaving at a fist fight if they had a altercation that bad.
Yeah.
people need to start fighting more. Like, enough with the guns. Like square up.
Bring
Like,
it
I
old
feel like
school.
it's just like
Yeah,
you can't
like-
even. Yeah, like I don't know. Like if you get your ass beat, you get your ass beat. But it's just like I don't know. It's like I think it's just part of this younger generation. Like just people like I'm not fighting. I'll just shoot you. It's just like
They
you
feel
got
tough
it.
with the
Like,
gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people gonna crash out over nothing. It just makes no sense. I don't know.
Yeah, crazy, unfortunate.
Like, the solution
situation.
to that problem wouldn't have been a gun if they didn't have the gun.
Like that's what I'm saying. And it's just
Yeah.
like it's too easily accessible. Like no matter
Mhm.
where it is, and like it just really it makes no sense.
You know,
Yeah,
my kind of initial reaction to all this is just because, you know, we were fortunate to experience Super Bowl parades growing up, especially at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not be apparent to everyone in the country because unfortunately not everyone gets to experience that, but it's really supposed to be like a one in a lifetime kind of thing if you're fortunate to do. I mean, the Chiefs obviously have been fortunate. This is their third one in the past 5 years. You know, Brady brought a bunch to Boston when he was on his 20-year career run. But, you know, it doesn't happen every year typically.
Yeah.
So it's like the Super Bowl parade is a special occasion. Any sports championship parade is a special occasion. You know, that's why as Bostonians we kind of brag about it because we experience so much and we feel some type of way about it. But when you think about it, it's like it's supposed to be a special occasion and really a once in a lifetime kind of type deal. And the fact that, you know, a bunch of kids are now have to have this as their memory for this is just like unfortunate because,
That's true.
you know, I just think back to like my experiences there, and, you know, not once did I have like, oh, there might be like some gunfire going on here. You know, it's a time of celebration. Everyone's happy. Everyone's celebrating. You don't really think things are going to go that far, but I don't know. That was kind of just my initial reaction to it. Again, shitty situation. I hate when stuff like this happens. I tend not to look or follow too much on social media about it because it's just, I don't know, it ends up staying on my, at least for me, it ends up staying on my mind and affects my day to day. So that's not me just trying to be ignorant to the world. It's just sometimes ignorance is bliss. So
It is.
but yeah, just I don't know. I wanted to bring it up. Like Edmund said, our thoughts and prayers are to everyone affected, to Kansas City, the Chiefs, all that. Yeah, I hope you guys can move on from it and, you know, get maybe another opportunity to celebrate Super Bowl. Who knows? You guys probably won't be the last Super Bowl you guys win. Let's be honest. The Chiefs
Exactly.
Chiefs are going
Hope
Which
to
is
it's a better
crazy.
opportunity.
They're looking crazy. Like,
yeah, so
2 more at least in the next 10 years. But
yeah,
good.
so we'll see. But
They definitely got a few more. I think.
yeah,
I don't know. He's going for the record.
Well, how old is he? Like, I don't even know.
he wants to go back to back to back. I think if he can do that, I think he immediately is already now putting himself in like the greatest of all time. So, like right now, I'm still gonna give Brady the edge. But
Is there a three-peat and he's better than Brady?
if
in your mind?
he three-peats, I will have to seriously consider that possibility. Right now, I'm kind of like Brady still has one on him. Brady beat him in the Super Bowl. So I don't know, but if he goes back to back to back, well, we could talk about it. I'll entertain the conversation.
Skill wise, I think he's already there. I think
Yeah.
it's just about
There's
greatness. That's the only thing that's
There's
like
no
stopping
argument.
it.
There is no argument. I will be the first to tell you, Patrick Mahomes is obviously a lot more talented than Tom Brady. If we're just talking like talent, skill wise, I agree with that. I actually had this conversation with Roger the other day. we were kind of going back and forth about this, and I was saying like, I still think the only reasonable comp to Patrick Mahomes is Aaron Rodgers, or the only reasonable comp to Aaron Rodgers, skill wise, talent wise, is Patrick Mahomes. You know, I was telling Roger, Patrick Mahomes has not done anything I haven't seen Aaron Rodgers do yet. All right, if we're talking about resume greatness, obviously he has more rings than him. But I was just talking about a skill talent wise. But definitely, like, if he goes back to back to back, we could talk about it. We can have a serious conversation about it.
Okay.
So, but there was one more thing I did want to mention that Edmund, you had said it earlier, and I wanted to say it, but I forgot because, speaking of, I think it was Roger who said, correct me if I'm wrong, nothing hit on your parlay, right?
McCaffrey,
okay.
Touchdown.
You got the one.
That
That was the only thing. That was the only thing.
Let me pull it up.
Oh God.
That's just sorry to bring it back to that, but I just I was like, when you said it, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like nothing hit, because like, I'll be honest, I obviously had my own bets and my own parlays going, but I told you what made me uncomfortable with your bet and parlay, and obviously it would have been the whole thing really that I should have been uncomfortable with.
I was gonna say, honestly, whatever you thought, it was just what didn't happen anyway.
Yeah, so
Everything but the Christian McCaffrey did not hit. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
To be fair,
you got one.
Like their best wide receiver only got the ball like 3 times. Brandon Ayuk only getting the ball 3 times. Like, what is this game?
Nah, the game was weird. The game was weird. The first half was weird.
Travis Kelce, first half, one target, 1 reception, or like.
Yeah.
In what world is that? Like, that's not the type of football.
But I think that goes with the pressure, and it's like game plan. I feel like, obviously the teams know like they're gonna go for these set players. So I feel like the teams might try different things to see if it works. You know what I mean? Like, let's go for you said, what team was the passing team, or I don't even know, whatever. But like they might go for throwers, or like instead of they try to switch it up for the Super Bowl. I feel like, so that's why it was a little weird in the.
And again, it just. When you have a blueprint that works, I think you just got to stick with it.
Stick with your strengths.
And that is why, like, Bill Belichick, as bad as he is right now, or whatever.
There will be no Bill Belichick slander on this podcast. All right, I've already said it.
Bill knew what his strengths were, and he stuck with them. Yeah. Consistency pays. Like, it just, I don't know. It just makes no sense. We just had a bunch of choke artists. Someone said that Kyle Shanahan is like the Doc Rivers of the NFL.
Wow, no, that's disrespectful. That's for I think I don't want to say anything.
What's the difference?
No, because Doc brought us a championship,
and I think it was I hate this as a Celtics fan. It's a fluke, low key. Like we had greatness. Bro, it was based on our players.
Nah. I know it's based on our players, but relax. Like he also did bring us back to the NBA Finals the next year. We just lost to Kobe. Like it's not like
realistically with. Barring injuries, we should have at least got 2. Barring injuries, we should have succeeded.
The Celtics are choke artists, unfortunately. The franchise if you ever watch Call of Duty, they're literally optic. But go ahead.
Thanks for the connection. Yeah, thanks for the comp.
If anyone watches Call of Duty, optic is literally Celtics. Like they get so close and they have the best players, but they never win.
Well, now we're going Celtics slander. Relax. We're winning this year, guys. Relax.
If we don't win this year, though, we gotta have some serious conversations.
Relax, bro.
But this is our year. No, I agree. This is the Celtics year for sure.
I'll stand on that as well. All right. Let's wrap up this current events. I thought this would be a nice little final point / segue into our main topic today. Vultures 1 came out. All right, y'all know me. I want to talk about it because guess what? Kanye is my favorite. I don't care what anyone says. I still stand on that man. I just think he's a musical genius. He's my favorite. I say R&B is my favorite genre of music. That's true, but guess what? Kanye is my favorite artist of all time. It is what it is. Have y'all listened to it? What do we think? First thoughts, first impressions. There's mad controversy on this shit too already. So like, I don't know. Really? What do you guys think? Yeah, we can get into that in a second.
Real quick, so somebody that listened to the whole thing, I got to the big beauty. What is it? Big booty, beautiful bitches living the sky.
The sky,
That killed me. I'm good on that. I'm good on Kanye.
Big titty, beautiful women don't fall off. this guy, you know.
Yeah, I think Kanye is a musical genius, but this one, I think with everything in his life going on, his bipolar, all that stuff, I think he's just trying to find himself again. So I don't think this is it, but I still respect Kanye.
All right, before we could, I mean, I'm gonna get you next, but just so you guys have an idea of like, when I say there's been controversy, right? All right, so obviously we know Kanye has had a ride over the last 2 years.
They're saying he's a Nazi now and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
between the anti-Semitism, him apologizing in Hebrew, him releasing this album, him getting dropped by Adidas. There's the list goes on and on. Obviously the bipolar that the list goes on and on, right? Him and Kim not being together, whatever. So specifically to Vultures 1, right? I saw that apparently that it released on platforms, right? And I'm on Spotify. So Saturday morning I go on and I see that it got released in the morning, and I go on Spotify and I can't find it. So I'm like, what's going on? This thing dropped at like 6 a.m. I heard or whatever. Come to find out, I saw Kanye post on IG saying like, for some reason Vulture 1 was just taking, there was a delay to go into Spotify. So it took me a while before I could even hear it on Spotify. And then I think like midway through the week, Vultures 1 got taken off of Apple Music.
Oh yeah.
But then later added back onto Apple Music. And then I didn't realize it too at the time, but the first playthrough I had of Vultures 1 included an additional song that they then took off of Spotify. And now apparently like everyone's trying to get this album off of music platforms for whatever reason. There's just so much, and then there's like sample clearing problems. Like I guess like Kanye tried to sample Ozzy Osbourne, and then that other song that got taken off Spotify was due
Donna
to
Summers.
Yeah, it was due to sampling like problems. So like this thing is all over the mess, and like,
but it's Kanye, like, you know, his ass, like, don't care about shit.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna bring up to the point. So I listened to this album, right? I've listened to it plenty of times through at this point. It's almost been on repeat for me all week, and like, I still think it's a good project. Like, I don't know, I haven't, like, there's nothing on this album that I don't like. I'm not gonna say it's the perfect album, but like, you know, there's obviously the song that you mentioned, and then there's that other song I feel like is going pretty viral, Carnival, with Playboy in it. Yeah, like,
and Rich the Kid killed the hook, so yeah.
Yeah, the song, I mean, this is one of the samples, or not the sample, one of the singles that released before Vultures, but Vultures on Vulture 1 with Lil Durk and all them, like, that's a good, like, there's good singles, good songs on, I mean, as an album, I think it's pretty solid, but like, you know, there's good tracks on this album. I just think it's always fun to talk about Kanye and the way he works.
As a Kanye fan, though, where would you rank it? Like, in terms, like, if T-Lop, you know,
like,
Jesus is, I feel like it's better than Jesus King. Would you say that?
I haven't even thought of that. I mean, I'll be honest, Jesus is King is probably still one of the least listened to Kanye projects I've
I never listened to that shit.
I listened to it like when it first came out, and then after that, just I don't know. But he just has so much. I feel like you gotta almost rank him by like because you know he's been in the game for a while, but like his era, because it's like this is part of his like post. I feel like this is the mark. I mean, also I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is supposed to be the first of like 3 Vultures like albums. This is like a pack. Like this is Vultures 1. Then we're gonna get a Vultures 2, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Vultures 3. So it's like I think that's gonna be the complete work. So. You know, I kind of want to
cut
reserve
some slack. It's like still early.
I want to reserve some judgment for the other 2 to come out, but that was my understanding. I don't know if someone can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere, but it explained why there's Vultures 1. It's called Vultures 1 instead of just Vultures.
But you know? The fact that Kanye like deletes a song mid like run is so weird. Like, what is that Vultures 1 then now? Is that
no? It's just him not clearing samples and doing what he has to do. It's just like. He thinks he's above some of the standard practices, like for good or for, you know, like he's not, I don't know, as great as he is with like some of his previous work. It's like it doesn't excuse like not getting samples cleared, not making sure that everything's set to run until the last minute. Like
he's a very last minute.
He's always, you know, like it's just like,
I mean,
it is what it is.
If you follow his IG, he's literally saying how I think this is going to hit number 2 on the billboards next week. Like, people are obviously listening to this. The controversy just always feeds and helps with people tuning in because they're like, all right, what is this man up to now? Like, let me listen to it. You know, like, people are still listening to his music. He's been through a crazy past 2 years, and yet his fans will, like, you heard me. I've listened to it all week on repeat. Like, I always say, you know, I separate the artist from the man, but like, the man is a musical genius. I want to see what he cooks up because he makes some good music. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I can worry about all the controversy stuff after the fact, but I'm going to just listen to music because I enjoy his music. I enjoy him as an artist. And it's just crazy because, like I said, he always seems to come up on top. Like I said, he's probably going to hit number 2, maybe number 1 next week on this album. And, you know, this isn't even a solo project. I also like shout out
Ty Dolla
Ty
Sign.
Dolla. Yeah, I was gonna say shout out Ty Dolla Sign because
Yeah.
you know he does this thing on this album too. Like this is a collaboration album. This is a collab piece of work. So
That's true.
you know, I want to give him his flowers too because he definitely had every part of the success in it that Kanye does. So,
Yeah.
but you know, Kanye's obviously Kanye West, so we're gonna talk about him. But
I just want to say
That's
real
what
quick
people are
for
not looking at.
yeah,
I
It's a
want to say real
collab
quick for Ty Dolla Sign. Like I feel like he knows his role. Like he is a
Mhm.
collab genius. Like you don't see Ty Dolla Sign like doing his own shit, but he collabs and he makes good music. Like he just knows like his role. Like he's really good at his role.
and what I usually love with Kanye albums that Kanye usually gets the best out of any artist he has on his
That's true.
projects. So it's
Mhm.
like Giovanni, like you just said, like Ty Dolla Sign knows, you know, he can be a great feature on the album. Like he's collabing with the person he's gonna get the most out of him. So it's like Ty Dolla Sign has some great verses, some great hooks, some great like he does his thing on this album. So keep that in mind too when you're listening to it because it's both Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign. Like
You
Kanye,
see something in Kanye, I guess.
yeah, like Kanye, we know Kanye never was the best rapper. We always knew that. No one was ever gonna
Mhm.
claim Kanye's
It's
the
his
best rapper.
production.
But it's his production that just brings him so over the top, and his willingness to just do what he wants. Like you know, if he thinks he can spit bars, he's gonna spit bars. If he wants to throw in a hook or whatever, he'll do all that. So it's just like
Mm.
I
He
don't
got
know.
some
Like,
bars though.
he does. I'm not gonna say he's the worst rapper of all time. Obviously,
I mean,
just
yeah,
saying,
old Kanye hit you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
for sure.
we just know like Kanye is not like rapping wide, like bar wide rap. Like he's not known for his rapping. I guess like he can
Yeah.
obviously rap. Like now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get
Yeah.
crazy here, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like
He's more. I would say he's more like on the nose with the jokes and stuff, and like he's not like subliminal. Like he has bars, but you like know they're bars. Like it's not gonna go over your head. But
and that
I
just
think it's part of like the unique sound because Kanye, like once he did start rapping, like after he stopped really just mainly being a producer, it's like he had a unique sound that was different from like
yeah.
real like rap beats, and I think it's just like with everything unique, it has a shelf life, and I just think that Kanye's shelf life has expired as a rapper. You know, he'll still be able to produce great things, and I think just people, it could be a part of like the controversy. I think it's like people are not tuning in for his music; they're tuning in for the controversy he brings, and
Yeah.
I think it just takes away from his art, which is like unfortunate, I guess, and it's not like the old Kanye, like some of like his earlier work, but like I like Donda. I thought like that was a great album, and it was like he had a blend of like modern artists with like it's like a modern sound, and he was able to really go crazy with that. But I just feel as if he wasn't able to do that with Vultures. Although like it's not like a solo, like Donda was just like for his mom, and everything was great about that. And I just think Vultures is just I don't know. I gave it 2 listens. I think that's my customary belief. Like I think before you judge something, you have to listen to like the first playthrough, and then the second playthrough is really when you go through it. I mean, I'll be on a flight for a few hours, so I'll probably give it another listen and then really get a sense of like how I feel. But this is not it right now. But
yeah.
It's all right. We're still under a week. Like I said, this might be the first of 3 projects if I am saying that correctly. And like I said, I probably listened to it, I don't know, probably upwards to 10 times already through just from my commutes and
Damn.
stuff for work. Yeah.
now he's like, he's
really?
a
I told you, I'm a
Kanye
Kanye fan, bro. I
Kanye
mean,
fanboy.
I'm sure there's
Jeez.
other people who've listened to it a lot more than me, but, you know, I gotta listen to it because it's Kanye West. And the other thing I wanted to point out, he also said something about Taylor on this album, wasn't like that much of a shot, but I just saw that was another like controversial part that like Taylor
He made her
Swift.
famous.
He obviously has referenced her before in his
Cut the
other
mic.
music, but I think like I just think it's funny because like
The Swifties gonna go after you.
with the Super Bowl coming out and all that, like, and Taylor Swift being so apparent right now, it's like then this album comes out and he just directly references her. And funny you say that, Gio, because I saw an article where it was like I guess the Swifties were trying to get the album like canceled or something just because he
Really?
just because he referenced Taylor's name in one song in one line. The whole Swiftie army was like, we're not having this. Get this album off. Like, just like Kanye, no. Like, it's crazy, bro. The beef there, I feel like runs deep, bro. It's those two. Yeah. I don't know.
I think they know that like without Kanye, I don't think she'd be as great as she was. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Taylor Swift is talented in her own lane, and I think she has talent for the music she makes. And I feel as if Kanye didn't interrupt her, I don't think she'd be a megastar. I feel like it got the machine behind her.
Oh.
Like I still think that she'd be popular, but I don't think that, like, the way I see it is like I do not think she's as talented as Beyonce.
Ooh, keep going.
As like an overall artist.
We might have to cut your mic, bro.
We
might have to cut your mic, bro. Keep going. Let him cook.
She has her fandom, and like the music that she made. Like I feel like maybe like thinking as like a pop, for like teenage girls, like the teenage dream, like this is what all teenage girls want to live. Sure. But that's the same music that she's been making for the past like 10 years. While it's like, superstars evolve. Beyonce has had different eras and like has done different things, Michael Jackson had different eras, had different things. And like people hold her on the same pedestal as Michael Jackson and Beyonce. And I just don't think that would be if it wasn't for, people wanting to pick up for her ever since Kanye. Like Kanye was the catalyst for Taylor Swift being as big as she was. Would she have still had a great career and like would have probably been one of like a bigger, I guess, pop star or country star, however she is, like with like solid music? Sure. But I just don't think that, I don't know if she deserves her legend status personally.
We're clipping that and posting that on socials, bro.
Yeah.
That whole section Evan just
crazy.
talking. We're clipping that and posting that.
Eddie's take off Taylor Swift
for all the Swifties.
But what I would say is that it's just not our demographic. Like, unfortunately, like the women, like the white girls and like the girls that love Taylor Swift, like they're out there, but we just not the people. So it's just, unfortunately, we won't see the big Taylor Swift like demographic, but they're out there. Like, she got the fans. Like, you're not.
I want to get crazy too.
People say that all the time, though. Like, fans does not equal talent.
Quality of her music. Quality, talent, like longevity, like that feeling, that soulfulness or whatever she has. I don't know if she has it, but in terms of fans, she does have it. But in terms of her quality of music, like, I can't really say all that. I don't listen to her enough.
I want to get crazy.
So go for it.
So I'll be honest with you guys. I listened to Taylor Swift back when she was, country Taylor. I actually did enjoy country Taylor back when she was first coming out. We were middle school, early high school.
New side of Brawley we're learning about right now.
I'm being dead ass. I used to, but then she started transitioning to the pop Taylor Swift that we know now. Transitioning to her megastar, and I mean, I'll be honest, maybe part of it was like I saw the VMAs when Kanye, did what he did on there, and I was just like, oh, okay, maybe Taylor Swift isn't all that, whatever. I kind of sided with Kanye, whatever. But I'm going to have to give it to her. Honestly, like her transition from country star to pop star and then her rise as a pop star, I think it validates her legend status. Like, I can agree with you. I know she's not the most talented. I would say like there's Beyonce and there's other artists who are, but like Taylor clearly got the fans. She's clearly got the stardom, like the fame. Like she has all the money in the world. I don't know. I think she's there for a reason. Like there's so many other pop stars in this world, and I think she just sits atop at the moment. Like who can you say right now is better than her? Pop star wise, like The Weeknd does numbers, and I don't think he even comes close to Taylor Swift. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, for the guys, I feel like Weeknd does it, but like compared to Taylor Swift, like I don't know. Her fans is crazy.
Yeah,
Her
like I
fans,
mean, I'm a Geo. Like I don't listen to her new stuff. I don't listen. I Ben stopped listening to Taylor Swift a long time ago, so I can't really speak to her newer music. But just seeing what she's been doing and like, yeah, her fandom is just I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it to her. You know, it is what it is. But
I feel like we're equating fans to like
quality.
talent.
I
You
get
know what I'm
that.
saying? But like it's I think maybe I gotta give her a chance and listen, like as an adult, listen to some of her music and like maybe see like think of it in the lens of a pop artist and like be an unbiased as possible. But even then, like I just feel as if it's I don't know.
Like I don't know if Taylor has the chops. Like she do like a halftime performance or something like that, and she's singing. Like, I don't know
oh
if she can do
yeah,
that
She's
like
gonna
on
oh
get
Beyonce
she's
yeah,
gonna
level.
get a
no,
halftime
whoa,
performance,
whoa, whoa,
bro.
whoa. I
No, she's
Knowing
gonna
her,
disagree.
get
she's
no. I'm
she's
saying
gonna
she's gonna
get
get
one,
halftime.
bro.
No, she's
But
gonna
it won't
get
be as good as
one.
Beyonce. But people are
But
gonna say
I'm
it's as
saying
good
the
as
chops, like
Beyonce.
the
That's the
singing,
issue.
No,
and
she
like
does. Nah.
the melody, and
She will. I'm at the Geo. She will because my understanding at her concert, she uses like no auto tune. She sings everything herself. Like this is my understanding. I don't.
okay,
I've never been to her
okay,
concert, but my understanding is she does everything herself. Like she sings everything herself. So
okay.
I think she would, have a Super Bowl performance and kill it. Do I think it'll be like a legendary one, like one for the books? Nah. I mean, maybe just not for me. Maybe it will be. I don't know, but that's
It's
just
because
my
her songs
opinion.
don't appeal to like
Yeah, it could just be
it.
we're not fans, but I don't know.
Like she doesn't. She makes like women music, like breakup music, or like you know what I mean. So it doesn't. I wouldn't like hit us as like a
Whoa,
Usher would or
whoa!
something like that.
I listen to all these
Julio, save
women, all these
me.
women rappers
Like
now.
that one, like
These women rappers, they be rapping about similar things or other things more geared towards women, and I be bumping their shit. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that about just because they appeal to a different audience. I don't know.
Fair.
I don't know.
if she's doing a whole halftime concert, I'm gonna know the songs, but I'm not gonna really bump them like that. So.
I don't know. But I guess I want to wrap it up by saying this: Taylor Swift, I don't hate you, but I was tired of you seeing every Sunday on my screen during football, bro. Just NFL, I get you're trying to make your money. We need to stop that for next year. I get it. She goes up with Travis Kelce, and I don't care anymore. So that's all I got to say.
Fair enough.
You think their relationship is fake?
You know, early on, or like I'm talking like September, first 2 weeks of the Super Bowl, I saw a TikTok where it was like, this is all a ploy. The NFL is just scripting everything, this, that, and the third. But then I was like, over the whole season and looking at them, I'm like, no, there's no way this is fake. Like, they're definitely like, because like, I don't know, they talk about it on, like, I don't watch the Kelsey podcast, but I've seen clips and stuff. Like, they always talk about it on that. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it'd be so, like, such a stretch for it to be faked up to this point. Like, do I think they'll last? I don't know. I mean, it's like any other superstar couple. But who knows? Maybe they're in
I mean,
love.
I didn't know who Travis Kelce was until Taylor Swift, so I'll say that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
As a-
You're
I
like
don't know
you're
about
like
this-
so you're like
That's not a
every
football fan.
you're like
That's
every
crazy.
other woman new to the NFL this year. I didn't know who Travis Kelce was
I
until
didn't know
Taylor
Travis Kelce
Swift.
was. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
I did not
crazy.
know.
That's
So,
crazy. That's
Taylor
crazy.
Swift made him famous.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Cut the mic, bro. I gotta end it on that. Actually, I'm gonna end it on Kayla Nicole hit my line, bro. You know, we're both lonely. I understand.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we kind of been talking about it, but the main time, I mean, we're almost an hour into this, but we've been having fun. It's gonna be it's a celebration. It's Edmund's birthday podcast, episode 3.
Oh, true.
So
Let's go. Woo!
main topic for today is actually the music scene in 2024.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So like I said, we've been
I thought we were done.
we were
I
talking.
thought we were ready.
Nah, we
My
were.
fault, go ahead.
You're good. We've been talking. We've been kind of on topic, anyways. But I mean, I'm gonna just open the floor to anything. We kind of talked about pop stars. We talked about Vultures. Kind of a perfect segue. I mean, as we kind of discussed, most of us listen to hip hop, rap, but we all have different music tastes, and you can talk about the UK scene. I'm gonna leave the floor open to whatever you want to talk about. What is your guys' opinions on the music scene in 2024? It can go from the superstars, the Hollywoods and the LAs and all that, or if you want to talk about Boston music scene, like anything's open. Floor's open. Where do you guys want to start?
I'll start us off and say like, so in terms of like if music was a graph or whatever, like in terms of hype and popularity, I would say 2017 was like its height, and then it probably dropped. But I feel like with 2023, and then like listening to like V's new artists and stuff like that, V's and hearing like Uzi dropped the album and Thug dropped the album, and like it felt like kind of like 2016 was back where it was just like new music and just my old artists that I fucked with like making new music, and it felt good. I feel like we're down. We're bouncing back from the like the down from like 2018 to 2022 or something.
Okay. So that's like an overview. What do you
Yeah,
think,
I would
Edmund?
say.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I feel like I agree with the graph. I feel as if people are always looking for like what the new sound is and what the new like subgenre within the genre of. I think I don't know. Talking about the rap scene right
Yeah,
now. Or what.
exactly.
Anything.
So I think it's
Like you said,
really
anything. I mean, yeah, I think Giovanni was alluding to the rap scene, but continue.
Rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think
SoundCloud.
yeah, SoundCloud era. Like I think it just
R.I.P.
really. Yeah, it's literally gone right now, and I think it's like still. I mean, to some extent, like you still got like the sad boy or like a little bit darker, like the Ken Carsons and like opium aesthetics and like folks like that. And I feel as if Yeet brought his own little aesthetic. I feel like starting in like 2021,
Love
that
Yeet.
like
Yeah.
people try
He
to
just dropped the album.
copy that sound.
I like
See,
Yeet. I like Yeet.
that's another album. He is a good one.
2093 or something.
Yeah.
So
Like, but I agree. Like V's and then like Lucky's been popping up. There's like a lot of different, I don't know, like subgenres of music. Like I think it's because of social media. There's like no longer you need to like have like a big label and like you got to go through radio plays. It's like anyone could really be a rapper, and because of this, like social media, I feel as if it's like very, I don't know, it's like oversaturated. So I feel as if it like makes it harder for there to be like one main or like a set group of like these are the biggest rappers right now. You know, like I can't really say there's like one main rapper right now. I mean, you could argue like Drake based off like popularity, but even him, I feel like he's taking
Drake's
a step
Drake.
back from.
It's falling
You know
off.
what I'm saying? Or like when we had Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. You know, there is none of that anymore. There's like.
I'm Drake's #1 hater. Just want to let the people know.
Either way, like, you know, that was like its own era of its own. I feel like we just don't have that anymore, and I think it's, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know where it's headed.
I kind of want to. So, you think you guys bring up a good few points, because the way I kind of just think, looking at it an overview, it's funny that you guys bring that up. Two things kind of popped up into my head. One, I feel like, specifically talking about rap, hip hop, like, I think we're definitely in an interesting era right now, like maybe almost like a transition point, because it's like some of the legends and the greats, you know, that you kind of just mentioned, the Kendricks, the J. Cole's, the Drake, they're all getting older. You know, I wouldn't say they're fading or anything, but they're definitely kind of getting past maybe their primes, if that makes sense. I don't want to disrespect no one, but you know, like maybe they're getting older and we're getting past their primes, and we're kind of waiting for the next kind of generation to set up who's going to establish themselves as like the next greats, you know?
yeah.
But the other thing I actually wanted to really talk about too was like, I think I saw this somewhere, and again, I need to get fact checked on a lot of things I'm bringing up on this podcast, this episode, but I'm pretty sure I saw where like hip hop and rap are no longer the #1 genre in this country or like are in the world, or whatever it is. It's now becoming like, you know, the rise of like all these international stars, like the urban Latino and the you know, you're thinking your Bad Bunnies and your all those other international artists are coming out now. So it's like, you know, I think of that, and it's like I do catch myself listening to more of those artists sometimes. Certain weeks, you know, some weeks I just want to listen to, you know, the go-tos, the artists that I've been listening to a while to, but other times I want to listen to like other things. If I want to change a pace in my music, you know, I'll go to like the international stars and listen to other music, Spanish music. You know, I know there's this, I'm not sure if you guys have listened to, forgetting his name, it's the Mexican artist who's been blowing up over there. A lot of his music's all in Spanish, but I've been listening to a lot of him recently. I get his name's slipping me right now, but
You'd have to play a song. I feel like I probably heard a song like
Thinking-
if it's like
What, the
TikTok
Mexican
is
dude?
probably the way,
Yeah,
bro.
he's blowing
I
up.
have no
He's
idea.
like Mexico's
Um,
number one artist right now. He's been
yeah,
their
Peso
number one artist.
Pluma.
Yeah, Peso Pluma. Thank you.
Peso Pluma. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
him. I've been listening to a lot of him lately, and like just like I don't know, what's more international artists because, like I said, like I just feel like we're in a weird point right now. Where it's like yes, Drake will drop, and yes, there's always J Cole's always dropping music. Still waiting on a Kendrick album. Who knows when that's gonna come? But it's like I just think like like you said, music is so accessible now all around the world. It's like I don't know. I'm kind of just tired of what we have here. I want to listen to other things like I mean,
That's
UK
true.
rap's a whole other thing, but or even like
rap.
think of like all the Afro
like,
beats, all the artists over
and
there. Yeah, that's all been blowing up
collabs
too.
that
Exactly.
it's so crazy. Like there's like
Yeah.
so many rappers now who are like collabing with like I mean it's always been a thing for a while now, but it's like it's definitely like Afro beats is probably like the second most popular genre.
Yeah.
Like, probably or like
They're
it's
probably
in that
close. They're probably close to number. They're
category
probably close to number one, to be honest, at this point. Like,
and at a way different time. And I think it's great for music. Obviously, it's like
yeah,
I don't want to. It's like obviously being Kenyan, it's like it was definitely played in circles around me, and like I think like it wasn't until high school where I really started getting into Afro beats more. But I think just seeing the progression of it from like earlier days of like 2014 and like different genres and different things like that to where it is now, it's like so crazy.
yeah.
And like it's only rising where it's just like it's you can go be an Afrobeat star over being a rapper in some cases, and like I think some people are pursuing that, especially in places like here in Boston, where it's or like over there in Boston. So it's like it's really cool to see that it's becoming accepted, and you could actually become like an Afrobeat star without, staying in like different markets. Like it's always been a thing in like UK and like Europe and obviously in Africa, different like West Africa, East, like the different depending on the type of music. Just because there's even like within Afrobeats, there's like subgenres of Afrobeats and like different types, and like even then there's like it's Afrobeats originated in West Africa, and then like there's like different types of. It's like you can go into a deep dark hole about it, and like it
I
becoming
feel like,
popular is good for the music. It's good for music as a whole.
Yeah, like the top song, like what's her name, Tyla, or whatever, the Water song. Like I feel like like white people, everybody can get into that song. It's just like people are getting hip to that like vibe and stuff, and it's becoming like definitely more mainstream and stuff.
Yeah,
I would argue that's a pop song more than it is like.
I get it, but it's just like a transition. Like I guess like it's a little like dip in the like. You gotta. Warm it's not fully transitioned to that, but I feel like it gets people like the white people and stuff to like more accustomed to that kind of music and stuff. Like
because
I want this vibe.
Yeah, it's the wave of a new sound coming in to let's be honest, to the United States, to North America. It's the same thing. Like it's a transition to that will maybe pique their interest into where that originated, like where this originates from. So. But that's kind of where my head was at. That was the first thing that popped up into my head when we were talking about this. The second thing I want to talk about, which is more tied to the hip hop rap, is like, I mean, because we grew up on like, I feel like we grew up on a bunch of, or a few of them at least, but like, where are all my rap boy bands at? Like, I'm not talking about the pop boy bands. I don't care about pop boy. I'm talking like the
rap groups.
No, like the rap. Yeah, like I'm talking like Odd Future. Dare I say Brockhampton. I mean, I guess you could throw Migos in there. Like this is a trio, but like you know what I mean. Those big like back in the '90s they were huge. Like or the '80s, the NWAs and the who else am I missing? The the rap groups. Yeah, the rap groups. That's like it was a group of rappers coming together and they came up and. Like the last one I can think of because it happened in our childhood was like Odd Future, Tyler and all them. But like, where are that these days? I feel like you don't hear about any rap groups these days, and I'm like, I kind of want one. I miss one. Like, I want to invest some time.
Here in Massachusetts based that like is bubbling up.
But I want like a big
shout out
shout out to Van Buren.
I know Van Buren. I knew you were gonna say, but I'm talking. But I'm talking like the biggest, like the ones that are like taking over. Like I want the guys like. I hope Van Buren. I'm rooting for them.
Next up,
I'm hoping.
I think they're next up.
But I want
them records at.
But
Van Buren Records.
I want them to be mainstream. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like I want them to like. Obviously, we know them, but I'm saying like I want that rap group to go to the forefront and be like, "Yo, we're here," and just disrupt the scene. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm waiting for that. Like I said,
What?
think of like the NWA fashion that
So
they did.
what I have to say to that, bro, yo, I think the reason why it's like a lot less bands is because a lot of people are transitioning. Like, well, not now, but like in 2013 or whatever it started, where people are doing like their music by themselves. They're doing like SoundCloud. They're produced like they're able to put out music by themselves. Like they don't need like a group of people and like market their music. Like people are more able to just be a singular like body of work and just do that and put out music that way. So I feel like that might hurt the groups and stuff like that.
I'm just saying, man. As a fan of, you know, these rap groups, I just miss them, man. I know I'm not trying to throw any shade to Van Buren or anything. I just want that one. Hopefully it is them, but that one mainstream rap group that just comes in, fucks shit up, lasts for like 2-3 years, and then just fade away into all their solo careers. You know, like I just want that.
To be fair though,
I
feel like Van Buren, they're working against like breaking out from Boston and breaking out as a group. You know what I mean? So they're working double as hard. Yeah, Boston in general, they're just trying to break out. So there's that too.
Let's talk about that. Let's load that up on the next topic quickly before we go into that. I just wanted to point out one thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, all these solo artists. They said the accessibility. I mean, we got the rise of the TikTok rappers now. Like, not a day goes by where I don't go on TikTok and I don't see some motherfucker rapping and I'm like, who the hell is this? But like, they low key got bars and I'm like, damn, did I really just discover you on TikTok? Like, I don't know. You guys got anything to add to that before, or should we just go into the Boston scene?
No, I want to add a little bit to it. So I went to recently last month. I went to my cousin's show. He's a upcoming artist, Nick Tucker at Instagram. And he was obviously like a bottom performer, but the headliner was a TikTok artist that had like, I don't know, 200K. It's like YRN Flow, I think that's his YSL Flow or something like that. One of those names. But yeah, I never heard of this guy, but he obviously brought people to that place. He was like, it was in Ashland, Massachusetts. He was like, yo, shout out to Boston. You know what I mean? Shout, yo.
In the trenches.
So, you know what I mean? Like, they're not getting that, like, House of Blues or TD Garden. But, I mean, they have their fans and stuff. Like, there's people out there listening to TikTok music and stuff.
Just do it.
Shout out to Boston and Ashland.
Just do it. I was gonna say, nah.
You do what you gotta do.
He's doing more damage, bro. Now you're gonna have these motherfuckers from Ashland being like, oh yeah, I'm from Boston. Yeah, I'm from Boston, bro. It's like,
I don't know. When people are from Massachusetts, they just throw the Boston word out. Like,
because that's like the only place people know in
Massachusetts. Bumfuck Massachusetts, bro. Just say you're half an hour out from the city. Like, don't claim Boston if you're not from here. Anyways,
not gonna lie, moving outside of the city, I got an appreciation, and I understand why people do it. It's like, it's just easier, you know. I get it. Before, I think when I lived in the city, like I was very annoyed slightly about it, especially like I was annoyed because people would try to check me, like, oh, are you just saying you're from Boston, or like where are you from?
That's the annoyance. That's where the annoyance comes. That's where the annoyance comes from. Yes,
like, you know. But other than that, I think it's just like, it's no big deal to just say, like, even though like you're like a few minutes out of the city, like it's just, you know,
side tangent.
It's a good thing, you know.
Nah, side tangent. It is a pet peeve of mine because it's like people have checked me like, oh, where'd you go to high school? And I'm like, I went to Boston Latin Academy for high school. Where'd you go to high school? And they're like, oh, so you're actually from Boston? And I'm like, yeah, I'm from Boston. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not from, like, I'm from Boston. And then I went to fucking, I don't know, Holbrook High. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know nothing about Holbrook High.
Or Brockton, whatever. Pick your poison. But
yeah.
But
yo, come on.
I had to. But you know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
But anyways, back to the music. Yeah, I don't know. What do we want to talk about Boston scene wise? Like, you guys probably know more than me. I'll be the first to admit it. Y'all already know. I just don't think the infrastructure's here. I'll just leave it at that point. But you guys can take it from there.
From what I've been. Okay, now you go.
Nah, you got it if you want to.
No, you go. I'll see what I gotta say.
I think most if you think about it in terms of just like overall, like Boston is like I think the last time I checked, it's like the 20th biggest city in the states. You know, so it's like Boston as a whole. It's like when people think of like one of the major cities, it's not always at the forefront of discussion for like United States. You know, it's not New York, it's not um, L.A., it's not even like Chicago or Miami. You know, where it's like Atlanta. Like Atlanta's like right now in terms of like hip hop and rap, Atlanta's the music capital of
Yeah.
like as of right now, based on like the amount of people that they're able just to push out and become A-list, like mainstream, like superstars. Like
Yes.
Boston is not that, but at the same time, a lot of cities aren't at all. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
you'll have like a few good artists who potentially become that, because like I can't even say that because we do have like like we do have star power, not necessarily in the rap industry, but people coming from Massachusetts, like like
Bia.
Bia,
Yeah.
like that's probably like our biggest shot right now. We've also had other people come out like from back in the day, like
Well, I guess
Bobby
Jordan
Brown,
Lucas
like
is kind of like.
Joyner Lucas as well. Is like he's on that, but he's
Massachusetts.
not. Like I think Cousin Stiz was like probably like one of the main people on the forefront, like who could have reached that superstar status, and unfortunately, like he's still great. I'm a fan and everything, but he wasn't able to like help us get to that level. And I think it's just because, like you said, we don't have the infrastructure, and unfortunately, to become that, it's like you have to move to Atlanta, you have to move to LA. Like if you want to become a star, it's like there is nothing to allow you to become a star globally within Boston or Massachusetts as a whole. Unfortunately, it's not like streaming where you could just do everything online. Like if I wanted to
Mm.
become the best streamer I wanted to be, like if I wanted to become the next Kai Senna, I could do that from Boston. I don't have to move XYZ. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
on me. Unfortunately for like the music scene, that's not the case. In order to really progress, you have to move out of Boston to really, I think, become a superstar. To be surrounded by other superstars or potential superstars and just make those connections. And because we have, and the craziest part is that we have so much talent here that's just like
Yeah.
unrealized. And I think it's gonna take people moving away and becoming stars and then coming back to really build it up before we could become that mecca that we can be because of all the talent that we have. And I think the future is bright with people blowing up left and right, like Van Buren.
Mm.
Clark is like really going crazy.
Shout out
Like he
Cardi.
Cardi.
just
Shout
he
out
just like
Cardi.
shout like he just won a Grammy, like for um like on the producer side, but that's still major and like that's still a big part of
Whoa,
it.
whoa,
Like
whoa! Don't slight it, saying like on the produce. No.
no, it's still like I mean
Yeah,
like
like
he's
But it's
known,
still
like no,
not.
it is
Well, to
it is an
me,
it
yeah.
is that is an amazing
Yeah,
accomplishment and shout
yeah.
out to him for that. Like
But you
that
want your
there's no
name on it,
taking away
though.
from that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still hungry, I'm assuming, and
yeah,
like
yeah.
having
Yeah.
like talks. Like I'm sure he still wants one. Like, oh, I'm like, this is my solo album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he still
With,
wants that, and like a bunch of other artists who are
with his
capable and
name
have the talent
stamped
to
on it, like not as a backup, like, you know what I mean?
No, but like
like this.
I guess the only reason why I bring it up is because it takes more than just one person to make a album piece
Obvious,
of
no,
work, whatever,
obviously, but
But
the
Yeah.
point being, like, like stars have done that coming out of Atlanta. People have done that coming out of like New York, LA, all these different places, and like we haven't been able to do that at a consistent level to be considered a musical powerhouse just yet. Even though I still think we have the talent to do it,
Yeah.
and based on different things. And I think there's more obviously to the conversation that's like really missing it. Like we have amazing like
Mm.
DJs that are out here making noise and doing big things, and I feel as if it's like it's only due time. Like I think it's
Mm.
going to happen sooner rather than later. I believe
Um,
that.
For me, I think what I've been like observing is that we have a lot of rapidy rappers. Like we have a lot of people that can do bars and stuff, and like everybody. I think Boston, like they can really rap. Like that's not the problem. I think with like it's just marketing. Like a lot of music is just marketing and stuff. Like the newest hottest artist that got the Get In With Me. Like I think it's like Boss Man Delo, but he's like
From
what's the
Miami or
I don't know. I don't even know where he's from, but it's like the song's like "Get In With Me." Fuck, I don't even know how the flow goes, but but it's just hot and it's the flow. And I feel like either Boston gotta figure out a new flow that is popular that can be a Boston art, like a Boston flow, or yeah, like they just gotta. It's just hard. Like you gotta figure out a new flow because I don't think rapidy rap is like really like where it's at. Like when I went to the chamber event with Semi, it was a lot of like the person that won he's bar heavy. He's more of like a J. Cole, I would say.
Mhm.
And I just think like to break free and to be like to put Boston on the map, you have to be like different. Like you have to figure out some kind of flow and some weird shit to be like really breaking through.
That's crazy. It's not like where Detroit had its like shine for a while.
But yeah, like Detroit beats, like you know what a Detroit beat sounds like. You
like
know what a
West
Detroit
Coast, like the Bay, and like how Chicago had its drill wave, like
and like
Atlanta with trap. Memphis has its like own little
Memphis
sound. So
and right now
we don't have a sound or like
and right now with New York, like New York has like they did drill. And now they're doing sexy drill, like sexy drill with Chow Lee, Cash Cobain, and Obey Song. Like a bunch of those people, like that's the new like that's keeping New York hip right now. Like sexy drill is like pretty good. I like it, you know, because drill kind of got old, but like sexy drill.
So like R&B samples to it, and like
and then they talking about like obviously sex and stuff, but it's just like
I was just gonna add like. I mean, you kind of answered it. I was gonna say is Boston definitely needs like the infrastructure, more of an identity. I don't want to say they need an identity because I feel like we have an identity. We just need more of like you said, solidify a flow or a sound. So it's like instantaneously you hear someone rap and you're like, oh, he must be from Boston. You know what I mean? Because it's like that's what you hear about from
like,
all
what
these. What
is Boston rappers. Sound?
Yeah.
Like what?
So, but maybe that won't happen. I don't know. I don't think.
No, I mean, I think it's kind of what you said. We need someone who is just so talented, ridiculously talented, where they're willing to go, break boundaries, go be different, and kind of create that sound. I feel like because once someone does it and it succeeds at a high level, it's just gonna create imitators. Obviously, people are gonna try to replicate that success. So it's like
true.
The more imitators we get, the more of an identity we get, and it's like okay, now these people. All right, they're from Boston. Like that, they all sound like that. They all rap like that. They all flow like that. They all, you know what I mean? So.
That's facts.
And so maybe it just is going to take that one person. You never know. That person could be coming up right now and we just haven't heard them yet, or we're just yet to see it. Artists evolve all the time, but...
Are you guys hip to Rich and Mary? You guys know Rich and Mary?
Yeah.
I don't
he's from Randolph, so like, you know what I mean? Like he's not from technically Boston. He's from Randolph, but it's like,
okay. That's close enough. He can claim Boston.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
you can claim Boston, bro.
Especially if he blows up, if he blows up, yes, he can.
He's probably will claim Boston, like
exactly
where you live or something. He's gonna say Boston just to be simple, like on a big interview or something. But
you think so?
Yeah,
I don't think he claims Boston like that though. Like he's not saying
how
617. He's not saying on dogs. He's not saying none of that.
How loyal are people from Randolph? Are they gonna be like, yeah, I'm from Randolph, Massachusetts, like. I don't know.
Yeah, nah. I don't think he's not gonna claim Boston like that. It's gonna be like a Jordan Lucas kind of thing, like where he's from Massachusetts.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's just like that's just gonna happen. Like we don't really in Boston. I don't know.
So you're thinking it's gonna take. You're saying it's gonna take like an actual Boston artist, like someone that's living in one of the neighborhoods of Boston, to be like, I'm from Boston.
Because I don't know if you heard of
him.
Yeah, Cousin Stiz, like he's repping Suffolk County. You know what I mean? Like it's like specifically Boston. Like
okay. I mean, yeah.
And even then, it's gonna take them moving out of Boston to like really get to.
I don't see anything wrong with that though, as long as you're repping Boston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like
you said, they come back and start paving the way for future artists.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and like it's just, I don't know. It's a lot of different conversations there. I guess, or like a lot of different.
I try to hip y'all years ago, and you all shut me down. So I'm hoping. I try to hip all of you guys, telling you how Boston doesn't have an infrastructure for music, and you guys all shut me down.
In New Jersey, and
y'all all shut me. You all shut me down, and now you're seeing the light all these years later. Thank you.
I mean, well, the situation is still the same, where we have talent. It's just
I was
It's
never.
not due to a lack of
I was
talent.
never
I think it's-
discrediting the talent in Boston. Guys.
Yeah.
I was simply speaking on the infrastructure that exists in Boston. I told you this back
Fair.
then. It's still true today. We're a sports town. We're a sports city. Like that's what we're built on. And
So maybe-
education and healthcare too. But like you know what I mean. But like music
People just come to
wise,
school out here,
yeah,
bro.
exactly. Music wise, I think we still have a ways to go. I'm not saying it's impossible. We can do it. Obviously,
but
you
they're fighting
said-
for it. Yeah, they're fighting
yeah,
for it.
Boston's a small city.
I'm here to participate too.
Compared to the rest of the country, Boston's a small city, and we're just growing and growing. So you are gonna get there eventually. I truly do think we're gonna get there. The talent will definitely be there, and the demand will be there. Where it's like, eventually we can be like, oh yeah, they came out of Boston. Like yeah, that rapper.
Yeah.
You know. So exciting things. But anything else to mention on this, or do you want to kind of shift to something else? No, go say what you gotta say.
Let me think.
Any other events you going to soon, Gio? In the
Nah,
city?
actually, yeah. Like, hit me up if any Boston events. I definitely want to like see more of the Boston scene, like the Master of the Chamber. That is a really good event if you guys want to go to see a Boston artist. There's the next one in Brockton. I think I'm gonna go to that one. Send me if you're listening to this. Let's go to that.
This dude's on a plane. I'm inside.
He's like-
Well, it's in like a couple weeks, I think. so it's not-
I'm indoors all 2024. Go with Edmund. He'll be here.
Yeah, that's true. First person
Yeah,
in-person live podcast.
yeah, we definitely
March
gotta
8th.
be.
Happy birthday,
Mark
Sammy.
your calendars. It'll be a fun one. But all right, cool. So I mean, yeah, we're kind of an hour and a half into this. Do you guys want to say anything else about music? Any other pointers? I mean, obviously we're still gonna celebrate Edmund before we leave, but any final thoughts, closing remarks? I think we had some fun chats today.
Nah, I went by a breeze, bro. These podcasts go too fast.
I know.
2.5 hours. I'm gonna have to do more
Honestly,
topics.
I thought 40 minutes, 50 minutes was a long time, but you're right. They kind of they fly by and you lose track of time. So
just flowing.
yeah, but
If anybody in the chat wants to bring up anything too, like we have the power of the live stream.
yeah,
so-
yeah. I mean, like I said, this is Edmund. This is the special episode. This is Edmund's birthday celebration. This is his birthday on Monday, turning the big 26.
shucks.
How do you feel?
Wow.
Actually, let's just add a segment real quick. Edmund, how do you feel about turning 26? What are your thoughts, your feelings? Damn, I just hit you. I know. Your face said it all when I said that. You were just like, wow.
Pushing 30. Not gonna lie to you.
Gio, you're next.
It's knocking
that.
on the door, bro. Nah, I think it still feels the same. I feel as if the pandemic fucked things up in terms of like I feel like I lost 2 years of my time to be young and like make mistakes and explore certain things in life, and I just couldn't do that. Like I feel like things just got put on hold. Like I feel as if there were things where it's like I would have learned at 24, or like things that I'm trying out that I could have been doing at 24 that I just didn't do it because of the place I was. And now that I'm doing it at 26, I feel as if 26 may sound old for a lot of people, because I feel like a lot of people we know or play with and interact with lately from Val and like streaming were born in 2000, but it's not that old. And I think that it's like I'm still trying to figure out what I love. Like I think I'm blessed. The fact that I'm alive, I'm relatively healthy. I have a good job. My future is secure for the most part. I think obviously I'm always striving to be better, do better. But if I'm not in love with like the way things are going, I could always turn it around. Life doesn't end at 30. Life doesn't end at 40. It sure as hell doesn't end at 50.
It ends at 30. Sorry.
If I want to do something different, like I know I'm not handicapped to one thing for the rest of my life, and I'm really
That's good.
I don't know. I think 26 is a big year for me in terms of like I will be taking a leap on a lot of different goals that I've set for myself. So this is my year begins now, honestly. Like I think people try to start like their resolutions and like a lot of their stuff like for the new year, which like there's nothing wrong with it, but I think I've been trying to do it for my birthday, since that makes more sense for me of like that's when I'm really or should be changing. And like I'm actually trying to celebrate my birthday more. Like I feel like I never where I've always been like nonchalant or like just like, oh yeah, it's just another day. But you know, love. I gotta love myself a little extra and really take the time to celebrate myself.
So what's
I'm gonna do that.
What's the plans? Because I know obviously you're catching a flight here soon and you'll be on the move. But what's the plans for Monday? What's Monday night looking like for you?
Monday night is crazy. I think I'm probably gonna celebrate Saturday/Sunday.
Okay.
Gonna hit the club.
What club? What club are you hitting, huh?
Nah, I'm gonna be in LA. I'm trying to move out there, so it's definitely gonna be interesting. Trying to see what's out there.
It's a pleasure and business trip.
Yeah.
Business.
We're gonna see how.
Business during the day, pleasure in the night.
Exactly. There we go.
Okay.
But Monday for the actual day, I will be hungover a little bit, but I will be watching Valorant, like the VCT Championship. So I'm trying to live stream from that. You know, it's like something that I've recently got into my life. Like if you asked me 5 years ago, I would not be playing Valorant. Like I mean, obviously it didn't exist then, but like it's still like this is not. I envisioned myself being obsessed with this game, so it's cool. I'm experiencing different things, finding different things that I enjoy. So
just bring deodorant, bro. That's all I'm gonna. My only suggestion to that.
For other people, not for you, bro.
I'm not worried about myself, bro. I know.
Bring
like,
the Febreze.
Yeah,
like,
Febreze, cologne, deodorant. Just.
I'm hoping. You think Valorant's like that? It's like.
It's gamers. What do you mean?
Game, yes, bro. I was gonna say any. Some communities are worse than others, yes, but gamers in general just are not hygienic. Like
for those that don't know, we all went to a Call of Duty event. And we all got to smell gamer smell. So
you're a different breed of a gamer, Edmund. You're actually hygienic.
This is like my first video game event. Like I mean, I went to TwitchCon and stuff.
But like, you didn't go to Call of Duty? No, right?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Okay. You were in New York, right? But you were.
I was in New York, but I didn't go to.
Yeah. Event. I remember now.
I don't know. I guess like I'm excited to see. Like I feel like this is my first time really immersing myself in the gamer culture. You know, like I mean, there's TwitchCon, but that's like streaming. Like this is my first time. Like, yo, this is a game that like I'm low-key addicted to. I spend a good like at least 15 hours a week playing this game. Like I gotta see what this is like. You know, I want to be surrounded by other Valve fans and look at these different teams. So
Edmund, the best I can compare it to is it's like a sporting event. It honestly is because it's people supporting and rooting for a team, and you're watching professionals play. It's literally
at the highest level.
At the high, like you'll enjoy it if you are a true fan of Valorant, the mechanics, the gameplay, the skill, the thought, everything behind it. This is it being played at the highest level. Like you're gonna learn a thing or two, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is nice. Like this person's like actually like that. Like you will. Like you'll enjoy it. I think you will enjoy it.
In real life, how close they are, like their placement,
bro. There's like
their keyboard placement, like
even
things.
Bro, even me who like I'm not the best Call of Duty fan. I'm not the biggest or the best Call of Duty player. I'm not the biggest fan. Like I think Gio's more into that scene than me. But at the COD event, I even found myself like, this is crazy. Like these people are actually at a different level. Like it's like there's like me. There's Geo, and then there's pros. Like it's like there are levels to this, and you'll realize that.
Melos, I'm bottom level.
Yeah, you will pick that up really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm an average. I feel like I'm an average/above average player, so I think it'll be nice to see what the top tier folks are in person.
Yeah, top tier is different though. Like that shit is like because it's like no mistakes. Like you can't make no mistakes. Like if you make a mistake, you get called out for it. So
it's a different game.
Just think of think of the pros, man. Think of football, basketball. Yeah. It's literally pro level stuff. It's like these dudes do this for a living. They get
like
paid
this D3 and sorry, D1 or not D1, sorry. What's it called? Fucking G League, and then there's the pros like the NBA. Like even G League to the pro is like different.
There are levels, bro.
Yeah, so it's like
there are levels, bro.
Because they have like the tier 2 Valorant, and you're not gonna watch that. You're watching tier 1 Valorant.
Yeah. So enjoy it.
Tickets were cheap too, $20. It's like I'll pay that for something that I've been watching.
Enjoy it, and I know Semi's currently on his way over there. Not to put his business out there, but hope you enjoy your time with him as well.
Nice to have one of my bros with me, meeting up with folks out there. So
that should be good. And yeah, just happy birthday.
I
to
just
you.
want to say real quick because Eddie was saying 26 might be old now or it's getting. I feel like now we just got to be used to like 30-year-olds still being young.
Yeah.
Like your favorite artist Drake or whatever, he's like fucking 40 years old now. Like you know what I mean? Like we just got to be used to that. People are getting like I don't know, the population is not old now until like 30. I would say like you're like 30 now is like. Like we 25, 26, like we're still young. I feel like we're still hip.
My
We're still able.
my second oldest sister turned 30 this year. My first words to her is, "Yeah, your life's over." So I disagree with you.
30 is fine. Yeah.
30, your life's over, bro. You can say we're young. Guess what? My body don't be feeling young when I be waking up, when I be moving, when I be at work sitting all day. My knees don't be telling me I'm young. So I don't know, man. I definitely can feel the difference between now and like 22, 21, even 23, honestly. It's like
Body wise, sure, but like in terms of being hip to the culture and being like hip, being able to like think about it, like I feel like being able to say like that's Cap or something like that, or Riz or something like that, like we can still say that, like you know what I mean? Like it's maybe you may
it's
feel
it's not cringe yet for us to say it.
I would say.
There was
Like,
Some of
another
this stuff is like recreated though.
I saw on TikTok where it was like there's a new term that's like having the rise that Riz had a year or two ago. It's like I'm something. Forgetting the TikTok right now. I don't know, but it's something like I feel like it's been around for a while, but I guess they're saying like now it's having a meteoric rise like Riz did. And I'm like, who decides on these things? No, it's like
nobody decides. I think it's just somebody says it and it gets hit.
I gotta look at my TikTok. Yeah, I really think it's just like virality. It's like someone decides to make it go viral and.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
I mean, obviously, like
Some of
Aiden
this
Ross,
is
Kai
just-
Cenat, they helped
It's
the Riz
just
word.
slang that they're repurposing into like this whole different things. Of like, I don't know.
But that's just how life is. I don't know. That's not like we can't be the old. Like I feel like once you turn into the like, oh, people are like these kids, blah blah blah. That you turn into the old head.
No, I'm not even talking about this kids. Like I'm talking about people in general, like using our culture to be something that it ain't, and like just I don't know. Like this is not TikTok speak. Like this is real. Like this is how real life people speak. It's like a dialect within our own communities, or like
Yeah, there's TikTok speak.
form of like black speech that like they're repurposing into TikTok speak when that's like
Yeah, I mean we can go about the origin.
that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
conversation.
That's a whole different. But
that's a whole different.
I'll say this. I think it's funny because sometimes at work, like we're all in a professional setting, so we have to obviously be careful what we say. But if no one's looking around, sometimes we'll drop a little modern day slang, and we just think it's so funny because we'll kind of tie it in with like whatever we're talking about at work. Like I don't know. I just think that's funny sometimes. Like with me and my because I have young coworkers. They all get it. Like. And none of them actually. I'm not that much older, but I'm like a few years older than some of my coworkers. None of them kind of question me when I use, the lingo that they're more used to, I guess, than I am. So, I don't know. Maybe they make me feel young.
For me, at least, like my lingo is like it can be old school, it can be new school. Like the way I talk, at least, is just like I like adding new words to my vocabulary. So I appreciate these new words that come out in these new slang because I feel like even if I'm 35 or something like that, I'm still gonna try to like incorporate the new slang, whatever that is. Like I don't care.
Maybe by then it'll be a little cringe, but I won't say nothing.
It's always gonna get cringer.
Yeah, I won't say nothing. But
the Cap is cool. Like, well, I mean that's Atlanta, but like it's not like TikTok or anything. But
yeah, I couldn't find what the word I was looking for on TikTok, but I know it's something that like I've heard like people say and us say before, and it just they're saying like now more and more people are gonna start using it. I'm like, damn, okay, I guess be on the lookout for that. So we'll see, time will tell. But yeah, 26, Edmund, congrats, enjoy.
Take that shot, bro. Come on.
Grown man.
I
don't have anything.
I'll take a shot of water, Edmund.
I'll take a shot of water too.
Come on.
After the stream, I'll take a bong hit or something. But like right now, like I have to
take
prepare
a bong hit. Take a shot. I said we are gonna take a shot for mine.
This is full of
so-
alcohol. This is full of alcohol.
Bro,
right
I
Yeah,
see a
this-
bottle right
this is
behind
vodka,
you,
bro. This is vodka.
Come on, bro. You guys said you'd take a shot.
That's my unopened Douce and my unopened Hendrix, bro.
So you gotta open it for me. You know, it's like as a birthday gift to me. Please open it.
That's
Guys are
Nah,
shots.
you should have prepared us before the stream then.
Nah, I
because-
got another bottle right here.
You see, he's just playing games, bro.
Royo has that. I don't have that.
Royo has take a bong hit, bro. I know you got weed. on.
Yo,
Yeah, but I have to clean the bong and stuff.
We're now in the
That
podcast.
sounds
We're
like-
now in the podcast after hours, guys. We will stay
Cut the
here.
mic after
Yeah,
dark, bro.
just
We're
wait. Put
done.
the bottles away.
Just,
Put the bottles away. Let me wrap up the episode. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of Cut the Mic podcast. We appreciate you guys listening for this long. Like I said, follow us on Instagram. We still gotta plug our Instagrams on this, by the way. But yeah, follow our channel. cut_the_mic_podcast on IG. Cut the Mic podcast on YouTube. True to Self on TikTok. Episode 3 will be on YouTube tomorrow. We will post on the TikTok and IG pages throughout the week. We'll be back next week, episode 4. Post Edmund's birthday. We'll talk about his celebrations. That should be fun. Edmund, go crazy. Have some stories for next week. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to say anything else before we officially call it a wrap on the podcast?
Nah, it's been a pleasure.
Let's take
I like
this
doing
shot.
these.
Let's take this shot.
All right.